Hello people, it's Gino here from realeverydayenglish.com. So yesterday we had a really windy day here in the UK. Really windy, really cold, very severe winter conditions. So this gives me the bright spark idea that not only are there other ways to express that it's really windy outside, that there is strong wind, but there are also some very useful sayings and idioms that we use that contain the word wind. So for effect, I wanted to record the video actually outside in the wind, and this is what happened. Hey, welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, this is your first time, you might want to consider subscribing to the channel, especially if you're a person who's trying to improve your English and sound like an English speaker. Okay? Yeah, it didn't go too well. As you can see, I was completely inaudible. I tried to edit it out, but I didn't have much success. The sound of the wind was just too strong, and because I had to manipulate the background noise that much, my own voice was very metallic and it just wasn't very good. Even I couldn't understand what I was saying, so I didn't want to put it out there for English learners, because I know that my accent isn't the best anyway for being able to understand. I don't speak with this received pronunciation. I do speak slowly on these videos, but I try not to curb my accent, although sometimes I do. Anyway, I'm waffling on. Let's get on with the video. Let's get on with this very useful vocabulary demonstration, and hopefully you guys will pick up something new. So happy Monday, welcome back to the channel. As always, if this is your first time here and you're a person who is trying to improve your English, sound like a more natural, confident English speaker, then you're definitely in the right place and you should consider subscribing to the channel. If you do make the decision to subscribe, then make sure you also hit the little bell notification, because then you'll never miss a free upload. Okay, so let's jump right in. When it's very windy outside, or there's a really strong wind, it's very rare that a native speaker will say, "It's very windy outside." Very rare. In fact, nobody ever says that to me. The most common one you'll hear is, "It's blowing a gale." Now, that is the most common one you'll hear. A gale is a strong wind. So when you say it's blowing a gale, it means that the wind is blowing really strongly. Another one we can use is the word blustery. And blustery is just another word which means strong winds. So it's very blustery out there today, means it's really strong winds. The next one's an interesting one. You can also use the word gusty. Now, when the wind blows in gusts, it means that the wind is really strong, and then it'll go calm for a second, and then it'll go really strong again. And each one of them occurrences of really strong wind is a gust of wind, okay? So when you say, "Wow, it's gusty out there today," it means that the wind is blowing in gusts. Really strong, and then it feels like it's gone away, but then it comes straight back a few seconds later. And the last phrase you'll hear for really strong wind is gale force winds. And this is the one you'll hear on the actual news report as well. When you're listening to the news report and they do the weather, you'll hear it used there, but people in the street also use it as well. So that's some of the ways that we express windy weather out of the way. But there are also some phrases and some other places that you'll hear the word wind used in daily conversations, and I think that you could benefit from knowing what these are, particularly if you're trying to understand native speakers when they speak to each other, okay? So the first word I've got for you is the word winded. Now, when you describe somebody as being winded, it means that they're having difficulty breathing due to a blow to the stomach, okay? So let's say I'm out running and some children are playing football with a ball, and they kick the ball really hard by accident, and the ball hits me right here, right in the solar plexus area of the chest, and it takes all the wind out of me. I'm having trouble breathing. Then I would say, the ball winded me. I was winded by the ball. The next one I've got for you is the phrase long-winded. Now, we use long-winded to express that speech or writing was far too long. It was far longer than it needed to be, than what was necessary. So for example, let's say I'm explaining to you what this brick is here, and it takes me an hour to explain what the brick is. Then somebody could say, "Gino, that's a bit long-winded just to explain what a brick is, mate. Shouldn't take you an hour to do that." This next one is incredibly useful, and it's a phrasal verb actually, and it is to get wind of. Now, When you get wind of something, it means that you find out about something that's happening, or you begin to suspect that it's happening, okay? So let's say, for example, I'm going to work, and every day I'm taking 10 more minutes for my lunch break than what I should be. Then somebody could say to me, Gino, the boss isn't going to be happy when he gets wind of that, mate. And it means when he finds out. Now, this next one, I have to give you a warning. It uses a swear word, okay? So if you're easily offended, you might want to skip this particular example. The other warning I need to give you with this is that you only use it in very informal settings, okay? So you don't use this in places where you have to be formal. This is something you will use with close friends, work colleagues, when you're having banter. And the phrase is pissing in the wind, okay? Now, it means that you are attempting to do something which is basically impossible, all right? The word piss is a swear word, and it can be used in many different ways, but one of the ways it's used is as a slang word for the verb to urinate, okay? So if you can imagine that you're trying to urinate in very strong wind, it's not going to go too well, is it? So that's what we mean by this, is that you're pissing in the wind. So to give you an example, I was pissing in the wind yesterday trying to record a video because the wind was too strong. And the last one for today is gone with the wind. Now, what gone with the wind means it's disappeared, gone forever, okay? So in a literal sense, if you can imagine this piece of paper, the wind blows the piece of paper out of my hand, and the piece of paper would literally be gone with the wind. I'd never catch it. But we use it in a figurative let's do that again, figurative sense as well. So let's say, for example, I buy a bike and I want to sell it on and make some profit. So I buy the bike, I think I'm going to make £30 profit by selling it, but just before the guy who's bought it comes to pick it up, the bike breaks and I need to repair it, and it costs me £30, okay? That would mean that my £30 profit has gone with the wind. It's gone, never to come back, never to be seen. That's it for today's video, people. I hope you found it useful. I'm glad that the wind stayed away today so that we were able to hear what I am saying at least. As always, if you did find it useful, please share it far and wide with your English learning friends. As I keep saying, we are gaining traction here on Real Everyday English, and I'm on a mission to help as many people reach their English goals as I possibly can. So have a great day, and I'll see you people soon. Bye bye for now. Ciao.